Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will design this pendant, this beautiful pendant. I really like this. um, Actually, I was making 3 sets of necklaces for my daughter and her friend. So they just picked up some charms from the International Gem and Jewelry Show, and I actually wanted to create them some necklaces. So um, I think I already have uploaded this necklace, actually one of the pendant that they picked, and this simple one, yet very pretty, just a pendant necklace uh, with some chain and stuff. And I also they also got this frame, so then I thought, okay, fine, let me just do a chain necklace only, but I can also have a beaded portion for this, but I don't know whether they will like it or not. So I created this pendant in their school colors. So they are graduating anyways, but still, right? Such a pretty color combination. I thought I will use it for this frame, and I'm gonna brick stitch. What we need is size 10 or 12 beading needle, anything is fine. 11 or seed beads I have taken in this black matte color, and then some roundel crystals. These are 3 by 4 millimeter roundel crystals that I have in my stash, and some lobster claw clasp from my stash to finish this and put this into the chain. I have some S hooks, as you guys can see. I did lose one more, I think, but I can make always one. So that's that. And then I am going to use a split jump ring to attach this pendant to the necklace, and 2 of the figure 8 links, and then we are good to go. First of all, we will prepare the brick stitch and the embellishment part of this frame. 3 by 4 roundel, 11 seed beads, and these are 15 seed beads. 15 seed beads, I have used it outside with the crystals, so that's what it is. And then, so I want to pick a side. So let's deal with the 11 first. First of all, you need an arm span or wingspan of thread. I took a wingspan and I have an arm span left. So wingspan is you stretch your hands to the right and the left, to the tip of your finger to the tip of your finger, and you stretch your arms. That's what it is. That's the length you will need. Take this frame and then take the tail of your thread. I have threaded in the needle already. Tie it around the frame. Okay, nice and tight. Just an overhand knot. And the second one I'm going to do is the surgeon's knot. That means going through this loop once is an overhand knot, right? Make a loop and go through it once. And now if you add it one more time, if you go through it, then that becomes a surgeon's knot. That makes it really nice and tight. Once you have the tight, then you take 2 of the 11 seed beads. Okay, drop it down, and then from the back to the front, come through the frame, and then go through the second bead from the opposite direction that you were coming in the first place. So when you do that, see how it is looping around. Okay, so let me just move it to the side. So this is how it loops around, and then the bead sits on top of the frame. So that's how we start a brick stitch all the time. So if you can see, the first bead is slightly slanted. It's slanting towards the side. So what you can do is you can go through this bead from the top to the bottom and come back from this bead again to get into position to add your beads. But I'm not worried about that. I will reinforce that connection once I come around. take another bead, okay, and bring the needle from underneath through it, okay, leave the bead down. Okay, so now you go through the bead from the top to the bottom in the opposite direction. Okay, again this will create a loop around the frame, and then the bead sits right on top of the frame. Pick up the next bead. From now on, this is what we are going to use. Come back from down, hold the bead outside like that. Okay, and then go through the bead from the opposite direction, and that creates a loop, and that makes the bead sit right there. Pick up another one. This is what we are going to do the entire frame. So just one line of brick stitch is all I did here. I am not doing a lot. So okay, so see this, actually there is 4 beads in this frame. There is gonna be 4 beads in there, and you can see like there is no point to it. The point is created only by the thread here. So we need the opposite on the other side. What I mean by is, see that point right here in the intersection, the corner, I have a 11 seed bead sit right on top of this bend. So I need that on one side, right on top of this bend. I don't know if the camera is picking it up or not. It's right there, and here it's onto the side, if you can see. So what I mean by is, one, you can just move the bead, but if it naturally comes that way, you have to hold it that way so that you can facilitate the top part of the loop that is going to hold the jump ring, and the bottom part wherein you will have, you know, a bead and a crystal around it. See this thread bridge, it's right there, right here. The thread bridge are separated in the corners. Don't worry, when I get to that point I will again let you guys know. Maybe it's a little bit confusing for you guys, but once you do brick stitch and around a frame, you will figure that out for yourself, trust me. Every single person who does brick stitch will come to know about that. So take it, see, I like to hold it with my fingers like this, and then catch hold of the bead and loop it around. So, and I finish. So if this is going to be the bottom part, this is going to be the top part of the pendant. So there I want the 11 seed bead sitting on top of the bend of the corner, rather than sitting in the sides like this. Okay, we shall work towards that. It's no big deal. We can still manipulate the beads to sit that way. So I go around adding 1 bead at a time, brick stitch. I really like brick stitch. It's so nice, so comforting. I don't know, for some reason I really like it a lot. And also you get this amazing form out of it. It is just looks really gorgeous. And for seed beads project, bead weaving project, I mean, you use a branded one. This is off branded is what I feel. This is from Art Beats. This tube is from Art Beats, but I don't know. Pretty much same, but some are not. because in this bead weaving you need the beads to be almost the same size, so that the amount of work that you put in for bead weaving is a little bit more than bead stringing, and so it should be worth it. If it is tall and short and big and fat and small, then you will not be able to see the beauty of the um, finished project that much, because it will be, the impurities will be very evident, or the irregularities will be very evident. So and here, as I said, I want the lemon seed bead to sit on top of the bend, just like that. Can you see? Here it is on the side, here the opposite one, it should be on the top. It works out pretty fast as well. It doesn't take that much time for brick stitch, and we are not doing a lot. We are just doing only 2 rows and then reinforcing. That's about it. So, but you can do this extensively as well. 2 more rows around, make the pendant a little bit bigger, do a couple of seed bead rows, and then start embellishing with the crystals. That way it will be really nice as well. But and then you can also fill the frame inside. That is also another method of doing it. You can do it that way as well, but I choose to make this a little bit bigger than going inside. And I want the gold frame to show through, because these are not regular ones. These are, I think, 14 karat gold frames. So I really want to embellish the fact that it is it's a precious metal, and that needs to be shown more. The black thread complements the gold as well. So I'm using, by the way, the thread I'm using is Fireline, 6-pound Fireline in the smoke color. You can also use 4-pound Fireline if you want. I wouldn't recommend Wildfire, it will be very thick. You can also use some other thread like KO or KO or Toho. Those threads also fine. But for brick stitch, I really feel Fireline 6-pound is the best. One more bead and I'm done. There we go. That's the last bead. Now what I do is I take the thread end cord, the tail thread, and do a surgeon's knot again. We have come one full round with the brick stitch, so it's time to knot. Wait, I should not be knotting this way. I need to take this loop off, guys, because the thread is up, right? I'm here, but see this, the tail thread is down and the working thread is up the bead, so I need to go down, right? So I need to come down. The first ever bead that I added in this frame. Okay. Okay, and now I'm gonna tie the surgeon's knot with the tail thread. Now they are at the same point. I'm so glad I caught that, otherwise the thread will be visible outside, which we don't want. Even though it's black, it won't be that visible, but still. So surgeon's knot again. That's enough. You can now snip off the tail thread. I like to use the thread zap. And then slightly melt the thread. Now, this is the thread zap I'm using. What we do is take this cord, go up. So we should determine this is which is the top and which is the bottom. Yeah. So go up the bead. Okay. And pick up a 15-0. I am utilizing this Toho 15-0 round in this metallic iris brown color. Okay. So pick up one and then 3x4 crystal roundel and one more 15-0. Okay, there is a thread bridge between every bead which is exposed in brick stitch. So there is one thread bridge right next to the bead that my thread is coming out of. Skip that and catch the second thread bridge. Okay, go underneath the thread bridge and then come back through just the 15-0 seed bead. So this is how we do the embellishment row. Pick up a 15-0, a crystal and a 15-0. Okay, skip the thread bridge immediately that's coming out and catch the thread bridge underneath the next one, right, just like that. And then okay, what I did was wrong. Let me just retrace my steps. Okay, hold on. So while adding the second set of beads, I should not have added two 15-0s. So we have already one 15-0 that we are going to share with this unit and the next unit. So I pick up only the rounder, the 15-0, skip one thread bridge, catch the next thread bridge, go underneath the thread bridge from the back to the front and go up through that just the 15-0. So now this is what it is. And then from now on pick one roundel and I'll just dump all of this here so it's easy. One roundel and one 15-0. Again, skip a thread. So this is going to be the this is going to be the bottom part. Okay, so take one, we are skipping this thread bridge and then I'm going to go underneath so I prefer to go catch the next thread bridge and come back through. But as you guys can see, there's a little bit of a gap, and you know the thread is showing a lot at this point of time. So what I do is I take one more 15-0 and go through the crystal roundel. I'm retracing the step back, pick up another 15-0 and go through the first 15-0 that you added. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now I just come down the 11-0 which is in the bottom, okay, come back through the next 11-0, come up through the next 11-0 and a 15-0, just one 15-0. So I'm in position to add the next unit, not the two 15-0s. Only at the end we have this, but the rest is the same. Pick up one roundel and one 15-0. Okay, catch the next third bridge and come up through that 15-0 to lock that in place. Okay, then pick up a crystal roundel and a 15-0 to the same round. So skip one and then go under the next, come up through that, so I shall finish that. When I come to the top part wherein we are going to make a loop for the ear wire, I'll show you guys how. So now I'm at the start of the where I want the jump ring to go on this loop. I'm gonna take 5 more 15-0s. Okay, and then I come back, I skip this bead and I catch hold of the next thread bridge. See how it sits nice and neat, and then just go through the last, come up through the last one, and then you can actually reinforce the entire thing, because this is where the necklace is going to hang with the jump ring. Okay, then come down through the 11-0, any one 11-0 which is right next to it, but I like to do the one which is closest to the crystal, and then come up through the next 11-0, and then just the 15-0, just one 15-0 in the loop, just like that. Now I'm ready to add the next set of beads. Pick up one crystal, one 15-0, then catch the second thread bridge and then go up through that 15-0 only. Now I'll finish doing this, and then all there is to it is to reinforce everything, and that's about it. And do a couple of I'm at the last bead. I normally pick up a roundel and a 15-0. You don't have to do that in the last thing. You already have two 15-0s which is being shared by the previous units. So you just pick up a crystal and come down through that 15-0 and the 11-0, just like that. See that? And then you circle around. I like to circle around the frame once, and then go up through the same 15-0, the 11-0 and the 15-0, and then you can just catch the thread bridge underneath and make a loop, and then go through that loop and tighten that knot. That's a half hitch knot. Then go through the crystal, come down through the 15-0 and the 11-0, go up through the next 15-0, and then come up through the 15-0, go through the crystal, come down and go back and retrace your steps, do a couple of half hitch knots, and you should be good to go. Go up, catch the thread bridge underneath, make yourself a loop, take the needle, go through the loop, and you will make a knot and go through the crystal and hide the knot underneath the crystal. Then you can come down So I shall finish up doing this again and again, and I'll come back and show you guys what I got. So I finished doing this. Now all we need to do is take a jump ring. This is an 18 gauge 5mm jump ring, and then use 2 sets of pliers. I'm using a bent nose pliers and the tweezer nose pliers. Go back and forth, open it up, and then add it to the seed bead loop that you have created, and then close that up nice and tight. Okay, now take a piece of chain. So I'm using this chain. This is from BB Craft actually, and the amount of chain depends upon how long you want the pendant to sit. So I'm just gonna measure it with my sample here, and let me just open it up. Okay, so 16 to 18 inches is what I would recommend. Take your wire cutters and snip off the chain from the spool, and then I suggest have a cling wrap like this and wrap it nicely so that your chain doesn't get tarnished. Okay, now this is the chain we got. This figure 8 link I really like. You need 20 gauge wire. Okay, you can actually add a jump ring, that's totally fine. I feel that this one gives a little bit of a length and it is much more secure. I flush cut the end. This is the part which it is flush. Now take the bail making pliers, the smallest mandrel in the bail making pliers, take that and keep your wire in between. You should not feel it on the top. Just roll it and make a loop. Don't straighten the loop, let it be. keep that loop in between. Again, come around that same mandrel, you get a figure 8. Now you take your wire cutters and snip off exactly where that wire meets, so you get this, right? Once you get this, you need a bench block and a hammer. So you keep it and just hammer it. That will strengthen the wire and make the shape stay nice. It will open up a bit, but we can adjust that. I know it's a little bit loud, but I want this nice and secure. So once you have that, take your pliers and close that loop completely. The wire should meet that. See, because of the way that we flatten, it always opens up. So you need to make sure you close that. The other side. Okay, now that's done. What we need to do is take the piece of chain, open up one of the loop of this figure 8 link and add it to the one end of your chain. Close that loop. Make sure it's completely closed, and then take the other end of that loop, open it up, and take your lobster claw clasp and then close that back. There we go. Now take your pendant and drop the chain through it. Now open this up and add it to the next other part of the chain and then close it. How you will open and close a jump ring, that's how you will open this 8 link as well. And make sure it's completely closed. Now the other loop is where your lobster claw clasp will come and clasp. So our pendant necklace is ready. How cool is that? I really like this. You can make 2 of them and make it into an earring. You can make, you can attach one more frame in the bottom and have like 2 or 3 frames, a long pendant. That will do too. The opportunities are endless. I hope you guys like this simple tutorial yet a powerful design, I would say. It's good to know brick stitch, and it helps you in different ways you have no idea. So it's a lot of fun. I really suggest you try this out. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this tutorial. Hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos a couple of times a week. Thanks so much. Subscribe to my channel as well. I really appreciate it if you'd like to support more. There is a heart symbol and thanks button in the description box. You can click on it and you can donate as much as you can. It really helps me to bring more to your table. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Bye.